Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Mike. I'm with Superior One Roofing. We got a roof going on right now. We got an install going on right across the street. And hey, when we're in a neighborhood, we're a neighborhood company. We're a neighborly company. We're gonna check on our neighbors while we're in the area. So we noticed the neighbor right across the street. She had quite a few missing shingles. We're gonna do an inspection. We're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna see if we can help her out. Come follow me. All right, we made it on the roof safely. Amen. It's always a great time when you can make it on the roof safely. That's a side note. All right, so anyways, a few things that we're going to be looking for on this roof, okay? So when we do our roof inspections, we're looking for a lot of things. We know that there's been a recent storm in the area, so we're going to be looking for shingle damage. We're going to be looking for hail damage. We're going to be looking for the condition of the shingles, what type of shingles, granule loss, just any open penetrations that can easily allow water into your home. We're going to be doing an entire, we're going to be looking at the flashings. We're going to be looking at everything involving this roof system. Your roof is a system designed to shed water, okay? And so we're going to do a complete inspection. We're not just looking for damage. We're looking for the condition, the slopes. You're looking at your valleys, your flashings, your ventilation. How's your ventilation? Is your house always hot? Well, you might have a ventilation problem. There's a lot of things involved when it comes to your roof, okay? So we're going to do a full detailed inspection while we're on this roof. Let's go. All right, so firstly, this is an architectural shingle roof, okay? Now, right away, see all these dings here? See all these dings on this vent? We had a hailstorm come back in May. I see hail dings, hail ding, hail ding, hail ding. So that's very obvious damage. Now also too, we're looking at, that looks like a hail ding there. And I'm noticing that's just, now you don't want to get confused with blistering, okay? And the way you could tell what is hail and what is blistering. So what is blistering? Blistering is when you have very poor attic ventilation and a little volcano erupts out of your shingle and you see a bunch of fiberglass strands. That's how you know it's blistering, all right? Hail is like a bruise on an apple. So you want to check the difference. You have so right here, this is a bruise on an apple. We don't really see any fiberglass showing, and it doesn't look like a volcanic explosion. So we're going to assume, rightfully so, that that is hail. Especially well, if I know hail hit here, well then hail most likely hit pretty nearby it too. So normally what we'll do for hail is we'll mark out a 10 by 10 section, and we're going to look for at least 8 to 10 hail dings or hail hits in that section to prove, if you wanted to pursue an insurance claim, to prove to your insurance carrier, hey, you had a hailstorm come through and ravage this roof. All right, now let's keep going. Now they also have what's called a metal ridge vent. We can also look for any kind of dings on your metal ridge vent. Okay, it's all about evidence. All right, we're looking for splattering. Okay, this looks like splattering. You got a couple dings here and there on your metal ridge vent. All right, now this is to ventilate the attic, so your attic can breathe. If your attic doesn't breathe, your roof is going to fail very fast. Okay, so ventilation is key to your roof. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what else we got. So here, right here, we got a torn shingle. So wind came and just completely ripped off the shingle. Now, these shingles look really brittle. When shingles are aged and brittle, and when a high wind gust comes, a lot of times what it'll do is it'll tear it and it'll shred it. It doesn't always rip out perfectly, okay? A lot of people look for nice, clean, ripped shingles. But when the shingles are brittle like this and aged, and you get a high wind gust, a lot of times you get these rips like this, okay? That's obvious wind damage there. Let's see here. We got a nice clean break over here. We got some more missing shingles. Okay, you see that there? We got a pretty clean break there. Now we're also looking for what's called creasing. So hail dings, torn or ripped shingles, and creasing. Those are three key things that tell if this roof has been damaged specifically by a storm. Those things are called insurable. Those are insurable damages. Okay, so you have insurable wind damage, then you have insurable hail damage. Okay, if you have evidence of these things, clear evidence, we're not looking for we're looking for clear, obvious visual evidence. Okay, we're letting the roof tell the story, not us. Then you most likely can proceed with a possible insurance claim. Okay, let's see what else we're looking for. So notice, got some lines here that could just be, sometimes these lines indicate creasing, but they can also indicate just excessive granular loss like we got all over this roof. See, we have a rip tab there. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll mark it. We have a rip tab here. We'll mark that. And then again, that indicates clear, obvious wind damage. Let's go on this side. So here you can see the wind blew over a shingle. We got a shingle laying around here. Could have blown from that side. Well, I'm doing a full perimeter inspection of the entire roof, okay? So I'm looking at, your valleys. Is there metal in the valleys? What's the condition? A lot of times the valley metals start popping out, and that could cause a big problem with your roof. I'm feeling for soft spots on the plywood. Is there a lot of soft spots in the plywood indicating that there might be an active leak there? Or how much plywood are we going to have to change when we redo this roof? I'm looking at all your penetrations in your roof, okay? We're looking at all your penetrations, what replacing this roof is going to intake. We're looking at these are penetrations for your plumbing system. Your plumbing needs air to breathe. Without these vents for your plumbing system, you wouldn't drain. When you go to flush the toilet, it would just gurgle. So your plumbing system needs air. So that's what these penetrations are in your roof, okay? And these people have overhead electric, so we need a special flashing to go around that electrical mass right there. Okay, and these are all things that we have to document and take inventory of before we give you a quote or we're doing your inspection. These are all very critical and important things that we make sure that we don't miss. All right. And then what we'll do as well is we'll do a spot check. We'll do a bond check for your shingles. So we're seeing, okay, these are bonded. And what that tells is, okay, see here? Now that could just mean that's just wear and tear, but sometimes if there's a crease there, that could mean that the wind blew so hard and got underneath this shingle and it caused it to crease like a paper. That's what insurance is looking for when they come out and they do an inspection on an insurance claim, okay? So, all in all, we're looking for creasing. We're looking for missing shingles, missing tabs, ripped shingles, hail dings on your soft metals. Because if hail comes, the insurance company is going to want to see, well, if hail hit the shingle, what else did it also hit? And your soft metals is the most obvious thing to look for. We call that collateral damage, okay? And you need clear evidence. It's like presenting a case to a judge, okay, and a jury. We're presenting the most obvious evidence that we find. And if you have clear evidence, we have a storm that recently came through, well, then you most likely came to get helped out, okay? Now, if you don't have any of that, you don't have any storm damage, there was no recent storm that came through, but you have an aged roof, you maybe have leaks or you don't have leaks, then we're still going to do an inspection, and we're going to let you know the condition of your roof. So, hey, maybe it's time to start planning towards that so you don't get unwanted or unnecessary surprises. All right? And I'm going to do a little bit more, but think about now that kind of wraps it up. All right? Thank you for watching. Take care.